to bring it on board. So we are happy so that we sign officially the contract for the establishment of the hub. So we have the approval from the Ministry of Finance, which has given us clarity on how the process should go and how the payment should go, because it was not part of the budget for the first quarter allocation. So the Ministry of Finance has decided to include it into the supplementary budget, which will be in July, because they have already approved the first budget. We have a supplementary budget, and that is the time of making payments for this contract, the 30%, then 40%, then finally the 30% at the end of the service provided by the consultant. So on behalf of the ministry, my minister will sign, and I will witness it based on what has already been prepared by the procurement officer. So the honorable will sign, I will be the witness, then of course the consultant will sign, and somebody will witness it. Then after that, we have to copy this document and share it also. We have to send one to MPPA to make sure that we have signed the contract. And then also we send it also to the Ministry of Finance so that they know that we have already signed the contract, and now it is obligatory on all of these parties. So as a way of background, this is what we are here to see this afternoon. So probably my minister or Minister of Communication will want to say one or two words before we sign. So over to you.
No, I think thank you very much. We are all here, and we are very, very friends. Let me welcome all of you. The Minister of Communication, Technology and Innovation, it's a pleasure for us to be at this point. We are for the past 2 or 3 months we have been pushing hard to make sure that we save. But before I make my statement, I want to bring in my colleague, Minister of Communication, Technology and Innovation. I just said about to make a statement. They will be the one exclusively responsible for technical. What we are doing as a ministry is to provide the administration go between, but we are the end users of this program. So that's why the Ministry of Finance take the lead on making sure that we have hiring contracts for the technical aspect and everything that has to do with this particular seat for the Ministry of Education. So I bring in
Thank you so much, Minister, for hosting us. I think this is really an amazing day for all of us. These engagements, whilst the contract thing started 3 months ago, but on the technical development of this thing started over a year ago or so, February, when Alex came in and presented different ideas and discussed it for me. This HR hub was one of the most attractive. I brought it to my brother, and he wholeheartedly welcomed it and started the process of designing, developing. Several iterations happened back and forth with it. And one of the things why we're most proud, for me, I believe that we have, this is a locally built platform. And that's one thing as a ministry we've been hoping to push is locally built, Sierra Leone built, because for several reasons. One, we want to support our own. We no longer want to continue importing solutions into Sierra Leone. We want to support our own. But also we also understand that the ones that are locally developed are better because the people developing it understand local context. And also it gives us the opportunity to adapt, change, and working with somebody that you speak the same language with, it's easier to understand each other, and I think it's reflective of the kind of system that has been developed, right? Without me telling Alex understood the local context when it comes to people might not want to tap into work. How do we design it to make sure that you don't use somebody else's form? He immediately understood those things and it was solved for them. So we're extremely proud for where we are today. I believe that this platform, this HR hub, would really achieve what the Minister and His Excellency the President have for their vision for public sector reform. Because, as we all know, one of the greatest things is how do public or civil servants, how do we operate, how can we manage the sector in a way that's more efficient with modern day technology. I think this platform does this now, and I believe in the opportunity for it to grow even beyond this and the scalability of it. So we're really looking forward to this, the signing today, but also, as we've discussed, then go back and now develop the technical specification and design for the system, right? We don't know how technically the system is going to be managed and operated going forward. That's something we'll have to go now and develop, which will be signed as an addendum or an extra to this agreement that we have now in place. We'll also ask that we receive a copy of this agreement and decide. You should have sent it to us when you were sending it to law officers and finance. We should have sent it to us but nevertheless, we're still supportive of the process, and we know that with my brother, all these are things that we're going to address, and we look forward to the implementation.
Thank you. You had for that's just what she is. Thank you very much, Madam Minister, and thank you for the support. Before we go into business work, maybe I will have taken it that way. Sorry about it that I'm bringing after the minister. But we can define protocol. Once they can define each other, we can define protocol.
Okay, thank you everyone for taking time out of your busy schedules to witness this occasion. I can't overstate how important this moment is. And like the Minister said, I brought this platform to her and showed her after hard work on it to brought it to a certain level. And I did this because I observed a few things in the country. Sierra Leone is a country, most third world countries are heavily dependent on government. So if the government doesn't function well, effectively and efficiently, then not much can get done. Just because the same old wash cycle, the back and forth, getting donor funds, and then using them and then digitizing because there is no way to continue it. So this is why I started. I said the government internally needs to work well, which is why I started this project and worked with the ministers and now people. So once this is successful, I believe the cascading effects are going to be limitless, because once everything starts working well, then you see how the private sector can also benefit from all of these things. Things will start to work faster as long as things are working well with the government. So I just implore ministers not to face a lot of challenges, pushbacks, not wanting to do something, they're going to give all sorts of excuses. We are going to try to be as much of a catalyst as possible, which is why we don't want to just be and hand over to the government, because government's interest changes every now and then. The minister can come and then they might have their own interests. So we will be a catalyst and then make sure we have we're always there to be able to get this done. God willing, you guys are going to be in this position for a long time. And we're able to at least roll out to all of them. Ask my brother, I always pray. I say, God, please don't let them touch my ministers. I call him my ministers. They are the only ones I care about. So, God willing, you guys are protected and see this work. Make sure we leave a legacy that when you guys move on to the next chapter of your careers, you hold your head high like this. I was part of this transformational movement in the government of Sierra Leone, and hopefully other countries in Africa will try to see what we've done here and emulate it, and we can all be proud of the work we're doing. So I thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much. to go to the narrative, we all know we have a public service that has been challenged for the past 70 years. We have a public service that has gone through a colonial system that survived 23 years of long existence. A public service that has been challenged by 5 successful military coups. A public service that has been challenged and has survived 5 democratic elections. A public service that has been challenged and survived 2 transfer of democratic power from incumbent to the opposition. We will not mention natural disasters. All of these events and systems have impacted on our public service. And as a result, we have a public service that will reflect the true nature of what really is. At the global stage, the world has gone digital. And so, Africa as a continent has the Agenda 2063 that gives premium to public service being digitalized. And the continent has a lot of member states have now moved to the digital space. And that's why His Excellency the President in 2018 first established the Directorate of Science, Technology and Innovation. And the legacies of the DSTR now inform His Excellency the President in 2023 to establish the Ministry of Communication, Technology and Innovation, so that we have a policy regime that looks clearly on how we can route our public service on the digital space. And then that also informed the President for the establishment of the Administration and Political Affairs, so that the 2 systems, 2 ministries can work in an ecosystem to establish a public service that is fit for purpose, that meets the 21st century digital revolution. And so that's why we're here. And my colleague Minister Ada Salama came with this whole idea, and we discussed about it. I told her, Madam, this is just the perfect moment that we're looking out for. If we are able to digitalize and use technology to drive public service delivery systems and processes, 70% of the job will have been done. So therefore, we talk about how do we digitalize the human resource value chain from the recruitment right out to the retirement stage. We are doing appraisal system on a manual system, wherein it is subjected to human mistakes and error and interest. We are talking about a recruitment process that is subjected to human thinking, orientation, and errors. We are talking about promotion transfers that are subjected to human thinking. If we have a digital system where we can flag out people's performance based on merit, they become very clear, for us to unclog the system and allow professionals to take over the public service. And that's exactly what we're here for. So having our brother and his company working with the government of Sierra Leone to establish a system like this for the first time in the history of this country, it tells how much His Excellency the President is premium digital use of digitalization and technology. So we are not here by accident, we are here for a reason, because our President has made it a political reason to move this country to the digital space, so that we'll be able to save enough resources and accumulate resources that we use for other agendas, rather than being wasted as a result of human errors and human activities. So I want to thank everybody. Minister, thank you very much for bringing up the idea and allowing me to vent my own thinking and orientation to it. And thank you, Mr. Hadi, for the patience. It has not been easy, I know. All of us have been running space to get it here. But I think the minister said it that one of the biggest achievements in this is owned by Israel and done by Israel. And I think at the global stage, most of our digital systems sit in other countries, in the hands of other people who decide when and how to close it or open it. But now we have a Sierra Leone where we can make waking up at night and say we want to have a tweak in the system, and by morning we should be able to have that tweak in the system, which is very good. So we are here today to sign the agreement. I don't need to go through the code. We have to sign a formal agreement between the Ministry of Public Administration and political as the end users. We have the clients. We coordinate the public service, so we are the end users with the homes company, which is going to HUMNCE company, which is going to provide a platform. But at the center of it all, the technicality of all the seats in the Ministry of Communication Technology. And I want to make it clear that what we are signing here is we are just as a ministry serving as the administrative bridge to make sure that we have the contract signed and approved and funded by the government of Sierra Leone through the Ministry of Finance. But its implementation at the technical level exclusively sit with the Ministry of Communication, Technology and Innovation. So what we'll be doing is just telling the Ministry of Communication, this is what we want to be inputted into the system. This is the kind of system we have. So for example, when we talk about attendance, we want to make sure that people are able to plug in and plug out in a digital way. We have to tell them what we want. We have to tell them what type of recruitment process we want, and then build the system with the company to make sure that we have a user-friendly platform that meets the needs and aspiration of public service. I want to also say thank you to the Ministry of Finance for standing up there to provide the resources to support the development and establishment of the center. Sierra Leone is going to be the biggest achievement for all of us in this past 7 years. This platform is going to change the narrative how our public service works. It's going to lay the platform now for us to move on to the next stage of service delivery systems. How do we digitalize service delivery systems and processes? How do we make sure that people who want their passport can be able to apply online without going to the immigration office? People who want their national ID card, their driver's license, they don't need again to go to the office. They have the digital space, you have the platforms on your phone, it becomes easier for you to apply at the comfort of your zone. But also how do we provide medical services for people? How people have access medical services, without going to the hospital. You can only go to the hospital now to do the physical. But the paperwork and everything can be done online. You can test, the results will be sent to you online in the comfort of your house. This is the platform we are setting. With first of all, looking at the people who deal with government services. Then we go now to the services that we provide for the people in this country. So we already have to witness this great event. The next stage is the technical agreement. We are just signing that. Mr. Humans, we have money for there is money now. Finance have approved the money that we're going to pay you to develop this system. What system we are going to develop has to be the technical aspect of that technical agreement. So you're going to sit together with the Ministry of Communication to develop the technical agreement, which will also be signed officially between you and the Ministry of Communication. Then we can now start with the pilot. The pilot, we want to take it, we want to start small. So all of us here, we're not going to take it holistically. We are going to take it cluster by cluster, ministry by ministry, within the human resource chain. We are going to do cluster. We are going to start with recruitment, for the IPAS, the onboarding system, capacity building, promotions and transfers. So we're going to take it cluster by cluster, and we'll take it ministry by ministry, department that we roll out. So the whole is not going to be automatic. There's going to be phases. So I want to thank all of you, and I look forward to working with the team, Minister of Finance, Minister of Communication, technical experts, and to make sure that we put into practice what is in theory. So I want to thank you, and I look forward to working with all of you. Procurement.
Yes, sir.
So can you give us the technical details of what we are signing?
I want to thank picture them. Okay, can this part?
Shift small.
Baba should go be yes, no say for go be a minister. Yes, go be
Here we go.
Yes, sir.
You can exchange copies. You can exchange copies. Yes. Yes. Who's this? Can you?
Congratulations. We look forward to working with you.
Likewise.
Move to.
Yes, like a minister.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. The work begins.
Good afternoon. We don't witness the official signing between the Ministry of Public Administration with Unance company. Unance company, we therefore responsible for develop online platform for help human resource management in the country. You know, so people are able to apply for job online. People are able can sign in, sign out at the office them.